Yes! 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 You see this? You see this? Yes! Yes! I gotta talk about it. I have to talk about it. Yes! Okay, crazy outburst aside. Hello, everyone. The 25th Genius is back with another webtoon review, and man, it is a doozy. Yes! Okay. Today we are going to be talking. It happened. It finally happened. The chapter that I have been waiting for. Unordinary, chapter 173. Seraphina and John talk. It is absolutely amazing. So there's actually going to be two videos about this. I did a full-on analysis of Unordinary, so I'm going to leave a link, or I'm going to make another video or upload it a little later. But I thought, you know, we all are very busy, and no one would probably watch the amount of minutes that I put into that video. So I'm gonna make a clear, shorter one about just how I felt about the conversation, about how my outbursts, my initial reactions. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the review. This episode was awesome. Completely, utterly awesome. I never thought an episode in which, just a bunch of words could just really get me hyped up. But man, this is awesome. Seraphina is the #1 chick. She is my absolute probably favorite girl character in this entire webtoon series. Ooh, let me set up. So today was the talk. So Seraphina finally gets the courage and is able to talk with John. And boy, she had me going, because I thought she was going to believe John after all this. I was like, no, Seraphina, don't do it. He's a liar. And then, she didn't. So, I was greatly relieved. But basically this talk was basically about what she wants out of John, and basically about how she felt. And honestly, the only thing I got to say is that, man, John is just an absolute crazy, jerk. But the other thing about this chapter too is that we are getting certain hints that maybe there's something else wrong with John. So that's definitely very, very good. What I really like about this conversation was how Seraphina really carried herself, because there were a lot of people who didn't agree with Seraphina's words, but I really thought all the words were very perfect. I mean, she was a blunt to where she needed to be, and she was honest when she had to be. So I think she chose her words very carefully. And I really think she was very strategic in the way she did it as well. Very, very smart character. And the one thing that I have to, she did not lose her ground. No matter how aggressive John was, she did not lose her ground. She is so cool. But see, that's one thing I really liked about Seraphina, just in Unordinary, is the fact of how cool and how laid back Seraphina is. Even when she lost her ability, she didn't really mentally break down. Okay, well, her mental breakdown was just a little bit different. It was a very strong mental breakdown, if I do say so myself. And honestly, it just really shows you why she's such a good character, especially very important in the world of Unordinary. And I definitely like how she carried herself from the beginning to even the end, but we're gonna talk about that in just a bit. So Seraphina really stresses how she wants John to really stop this, and she wants John to actually find a way to fix the solution. And I really love how John is really trying to manipulate her, even to the point where there's no need for manipulation. Like, he's really trying to be like, well, you got me scared. I mean, you weren't kidding about this private meeting. You got me scared. And she's just like, man, dude, I know. No matter what, I know. Like, no matter what, I know, okay? So, and he's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm not the Joker. Why you not? I just need you to believe me. Please believe me. I'm not a monster, which he's just such a hypocritical person anyway, because again, he claims that he's not a monster, but all the action that he did was absolutely demonic and just very selfish and just ruthless at the very most. And, he really plays this facade, and he wants the whole world to pity him when he has absolutely nothing to be pitied about. And I really do like this chapter, because it really shows a lot of people that, what I've been saying, if you just watch the videos, the videos are there for you. I don't, waste my time. Like, they're there for you to really see this, But it's really good that everyone is starting to see now that John is just black bat flipping crazy insane, and he needs medical help. And he doesn't need medical help, he needs like a stretcher and like a defibrillator at his heart, and like he needs to die for like a few seconds, but that may not even help him. But I really do like how this chapter is really just set up for bigger events, because one person said that I don't know where the chapter is going, or I don't know where the story is going, but you don't see that this is just a part of a massive chain of huge events, because honestly the next season or even this season may be pretty darn good, to say the least. I really like how Uru is really setting up with the school, because the school drama is definitely connected with Amber. And if you actually watch one of my videos about the Amber Theories, I actually really, hopefully I talk about those types of things, how I feel that John is connected with Amber, and I feel like the school is definitely connected with Amber in some way. That is definitely proven in chapter 172, in which Seraphina identifies the person who followed them as Terrence, which is the dude with the
Falcon
He's also the dude that has been spying for Cecil and unmasked John as the Shadow King. So the CD events. But back to this conversation, because this conversation was absolutely awesome. Again, I just really like how she carried herself. No matter how much John tried to manipulate, no matter what John tried to do, she kept her absolute ground, and she was just a strong character that I always knew she was. It's just really good seeing it when it actually was very crucial. And I really like how she told off John, because she only ascertained what I've basically been communicating in my reviews and my theories for a while now, in which Seraphina is the most hurt out of everybody. And though she is not hurt physically, she's hurt mentally. The scars on her are almost unwrappable, if I do say so myself. And even more, the fact that she's looking at the person that was her world, and now seeing that she doesn't even know who he is. I can only tell you that there's the massive shock that is going down in her head right now. And that proves it, because we're going to go to, the next scene. The best part of this entire scene, when she gave him that token, she just punched. She's like, let go of me, bro. He was like, you will let go when I'm done. She said, token. No, actually, it wasn't her doing. She did the Falcon punch. But you see this tear? You see that tear right there? You see that tear? She's crying. And you know why she's crying? Because her friend that she knew is no more. She cannot help him. The only one who can help him is probably death. She cannot help him. No one can help him. And she's crying the fact that they went from being happy to the fact that she has to give him the Falcon punch. Yes, I really enjoyed this chapter very much. I really did. Yes, sue me. It was the chapter that I've been wanting to review, and I've been wanting to write about for some time. So yes, I'm definitely excited for this. And the fact that there's a part 2, yes, I thought it was going to be resolved in part 1. The fact that there's a part 2 is only good. I've always felt that if they do have a conversation, their review should be more than just one chapter. I really feel like 3 chapters is enough. But if it's ending at 2, then I'm perfectly understandable with that. But again, what's my point of this? I really do like how Seraphina carried herself. John just gets more crazy every time I really read him and just really examine his character. And again, just Seraphina, again, she's just the star of this entire webtoon right now, because her strength, both physically, mentally, and emotionally, has just all been top notch. And a lot of that proves when she's really talking about, because John, he's just a jerk talking about something, you just don't believe me. You went behind my back and you ignored me, and you just went behind me and betrayed my trust. And she just like, hold on. That was the least I can do. I could just never talk to you. I could have killed you. There was several other things I could have done. But I just chose to ignore you because I do care about you. I was like, get him. And she proceeds to tell him about how she emotionally felt. And I really hope the audience really understands that with these scenes. Because, again, this is the Seraphina right here. This is the real Seraphina. This is the realest Seraphina that you're going to see. And Seraphina's always been a real girl, but it's really nice to see her vulnerabilities. And she's at her most vulnerable, especially in this conversation with John. At the lowest of her point, And when she really needed someone to look up to, and that world is gone, there's no other greater pain. There's nothing worse, or there's nothing more severe to the mental psyche when your world that you've built up is completely destroyed and trashed. I'm amazed she has not killed herself, in my personal opinion. But she's, again, just a very strong young lady. And you can also tell that, like, John is just losing his mind. Like, he definitely has some mental illness, and he's definitely losing his mind because he's not even listening to the conversation, which I want to point out too. He's not. Like, he's yelling at Seraphina. He's completely missing what she's saying, and because he's going back to the flashbacks of you know, when he was at you know, elementary school. And I just want to make sure you just that's pointed out that, like, he's not even in the conversation anymore. Like, he's like 30% in there, and like 70%, like, his mind's just going flipping crazy. And the last thing about that I want to say, because I have a better analysis about this that hopefully I can get to tonight, hopefully. And that is, again, it was ironic comedy that this guy's world broke down. I loved it. I loved it when his eyes, his expressions, everything just looked, it just all was gold when she says, I figured you out, and his whole world, this personification, you knew his world is just cracking slowly. Good. He deserves it. He deserves a lot more, but we'll get into that in another video. But again, to all those who say that this chapter wasn't, you know, like fire, or there were a lot of discrepancies with it, I really encourage you to really look at another side of it, because I really think two things. One, I think Seraphina was excellent in her character, like very good in terms of how she carried herself, how she executed information, and how she relayed what she wanted to feel. I don't think it was perfect, but I think it was very high tier, like elite tier, if I do say so myself. And then two, I do feel that these are all leading to like bigger events. It's going to get crazy with Unordinary very soon, and I don't even think the audience will be able to keep up. We can't keep up now, so just imagine how it's going to be when the big stuff actually starts happening. And yeah, let's end the video here. So that is my review of the video. I'm very sorry that this is later than I would have hoped. Again, it's just very hard. Life just happens, and life keeps happening. And yeah, again, 2 jobs and a channel is probably the limit for me, if I do say so myself. So with that being said, I thank you for supporting these videos, for watching the videos. No matter what many minutes that you give, it always means a lot that you do support in any way possible. If you want to support more, following this channel, make sure you leave a like and a subscribe. I do have a Discord, so make sure you follow the Discord if you want to. I'm trying to get it going. Again, life just happens. So with that being said, I thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I'll see you next time.